Hi, welcome to Part of My Frenchie. This is me, 143. If you don't have a friend, you have one now. Well, after great success from last week, putting Peaceful Pause into a video format and premiering that, I decided to do it with my second book, The Definition of Unconditional Love, which can also be purchased on Amazon. All you have to do is go to the search bar and put in Definition of Unconditional Love by Jennifer Owens, and you can pick up your copy there. So what I had ended up doing the same thing like I did with Peaceful Pause, and I made a video out of it, which will be premiered directly after this message. So I hope you enjoy it. And in the weeks following, there will be little stories based off of the definition of unconditional love. I'm looking at about 8 to 10 series, little videos off of this book. So I hope you enjoy. I'm going to enjoy writing each and every one of them. So look forward to that. And if you don't have a friend, you have one now. Please comment, subscribe, share with everybody that you know. I appreciate you and value you. Have a wonderful night. Take care. Bye-bye.
The Definition of Unconditional Love by Jennifer Owens. Unconditional Love by Jennifer Owens. Unconditional. Adjective not limited in any way, complete and absolute. Love. Noun. The object of attachment, devotion, or admiration. Unselfish, loyal, and benevolent concern for the good of another.
Homeless. Adjective having no home or permanent place of residence. Homeless is probably the best word I can think of that describes my current situation. I'd like to tell you my name, but I don't have one, so I will tell you a little about myself instead. A few weeks ago, my 8 brothers, sisters, and I were found in a box on the side of the road. I'm not sure where my mum went, I just remember being placed in a box. Next, I remember seeing the face of this beautiful young woman as she took each of us out one by one. Carefully and lovingly, she held each one of us before taking us to the place we are now. At first, this place was kind of scary. Lots of noises and lots of other dogs and people day in and day out. Every day new people would pass by our kennel. Sometimes they would stop, and sometimes they would not. My brothers, sisters, and I would get so excited, thinking that maybe, just maybe, today would be the day when someone would come to adopt us, give us a name, give us a forever home. Flawed. Noun. An imperfection or weakness, and especially one that detracts from the whole or hinders effectiveness. Flawed or flaw is the word that I heard on a daily basis. I wasn't exactly sure what it meant at the time, but one thing I did know was that no one had ever said it about any of my brothers or sisters. I was the smallest of the group. One ear was a bit shorter than the other, and I had a skin condition which caused me to lose my fur. I was flawed according to the many people who saw me. Hope. Verb. To want something to happen or be true, and think that it could happen or be true. Hope is what I had every day. Hope that the next person who came by our kennel would pick me. Hope that I would get a new home. Hope that I would finally get a name. As each day passed, I started losing hope. One by one, my brothers and sisters were adopted, and day after day I would be passed up. Every morning I would put on my best puppy smile and dream about the day that I would be picked. What would he or she look like? Where would we live? How many toys would I have? So many questions. I hoped that they would love me as much as I loved them. I was surprised. Yes, I'm sure, said Brittany. The girl's mum hesitated and said, Brittany, are you sure you want to touch this dog? Surprise. Noun. The feeling caused by something unexpected or unusual. Surprise is a good word to describe what happened next. I have been alone in this kennel for a very long time. All of my siblings were adopted long ago. My flaws were turning away potential adoptive parents. Then one evening I heard an unusual noise. Not at all like any noise I had ever heard before. Click, 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 click. The noise got closer and closer. When I looked up, I could hardly believe my eyes. She was so beautiful. Hair as golden as the sun, eyes bluer than the sky above. She asked her mother if she could touch me. Not a request that I had ever gotten before, especially with my skin problems. The last thing anyone wanted to do was touch me. Confused. Adjective, difficult to understand, not clearly organized, expressed, etc. Confused is how I felt when the kennel door swung open and the little girl came toward me, her little hands reaching for me, awkwardly feeling her way towards me. The clicking noise I heard was from the metal braces on her legs that helped her walk. She carefully knelt down and started petting my fur. She brushed over the spots where fur was missing. She then felt my ears. She went over and over again, realizing that one ear was shorter than the other. I kept looking at her face, trying to figure out what she was thinking. Her smile was blank. After several minutes, the little girl stood up, turned around, and walked out of the kennel. I was very confused. Perfect adjective, having no mistakes or flaws, having all the qualities you want in that kind of person, situation, etc. Perfect is the word the little girl used when they asked what she thought of me. Perfect is the word that had never been used to describe me. Perfect was the smile on her face when her mum told her that she could adopt me. Perfect is the word that I will use to describe the day I left that kennel to start my new life. Free, adjective, not bound, confined, or detained by force. Free is how I felt as the wind hit my face and the sun beamed down upon my head. Free is how I felt, knowing that I would never be passed up again at the kennel. Free is the feeling I felt knowing I no longer will be referred to as a number, and would now get a name. Free from worry, free from loneliness, but most importantly, I was now free to give all of my love to my new family. Patch, a noun, a piece of material used to mend or cover a hole or weak spot. Patches is the name I was given. I will admit that I was not thrilled about the name. What about a name like Sammy, Harley, Bo, or even Duke? But Patches, is it because of my skin? I know the missing fur is hard to look at sometimes, but why give me a name that focuses on the problem? Brittany had said that I was perfect, but maybe she changed her mind.
Oh, Patches, you're perfect just the way you are.
Clarity, noun, the quality of being expressed, remembered, understood, etc. in a very exact way. Clarity is what I did not have when I first heard my new name, Patches. Clarity is what quickly hit me while overhearing a conversation with Brittany and her mum.
Patches?
Yes, patches. Patches are used to cover a weak spot. Patches are used to pull together items or make them stronger. I named him Patches because he will be the patch that fills my weak spot. Patches will not only be my friend, but he will now be my eyes.
Clarity is what I now had. It was very clear that I had a big job ahead of me. Purpose, noun, the reason why something is done or used, the aim or intention of something. Purpose, I had a purpose. The dog who was left in a box on the side of the road. The dog that everyone passed up for months because of my flaws. The dog that was picked last from his brothers and sisters now had a purpose, and it wasn't just to be someone's dog. My purpose was to be little Brittany's eyes. My purpose was to always be alert and protect Brittany from harm. My purpose was to not only be a best friend, but also a service dog. My purpose was so big that it was kind of scary. At that moment, I no longer felt timid. What's wrong, Patches? Why are you acting so timid? I know that it's a lot to learn right now, but I have faith in you. That day in the kennel, I saw you, not with my eyes, but with my heart. I felt your smile, but more importantly, I felt how strong and determined your spirit was. Timid, adjective, feeling of showing lack of courage or confidence. Timid is the perfect word to describe the first day of my service dog training. Timid is how I felt after my second, third, and fourth days of training. Timid is the word Brittany used as she bent down and held my head in her soft hands. Determined, adjective, having a strong feeling that you are going to do something and that you will not allow anyone or anything to stop you. Not weak or uncertain. Having or showing determination to do something. Determined is how I felt now. Brittany had faith in me, so I was determined not to let her down. Determined to prove to myself and my new family that I could be Brittany's eyes. Determined that I was going to learn everything I could in school so that I could keep her safe. I was determined not to let her down or to give up, because she never gave up on me. Team, noun, a group of people that work together. Team is what we were. Brittany and I were a team, day in and day out, always together like two peas in a pod. There is nothing that we couldn't do. I went to school with her, and as years went by, I went to work with her. We were a team. I stood next to Brittany when she graduated and accompanied her every day to her job in the city. We were an unstoppable team. Tired, adjective feeling, a need to rest or sleep. Tired is how I started to feel. There were days when I was so sore that it hurt to get out of bed. Tired is how I felt most days now, but I still had a job to do. I was not going to let Brittany down. She needed me. She needed my eyes. I can't see as well as I could before, but I don't care. I will push myself as hard as I can because I love Brittany. We are a team. I am tired, but not tired enough to give up on my girl. Time. Noun, feeling a need to rest or sleep. Tired is how I started to feel. There were days when I was so sore that it hurt to get out of bed. Tired is how I felt most days now, but I still had a job to do. I was not going to let Brittany down. She needed me. She needed my eyes. I can't see as well as I could before, but I don't care. I will push myself as hard as I can because I love Brittany. We are a team. I am tired, but not tired enough to give up on my girl. Love. Noun. Unselfish, loyal, and benevolent concern for the good of another. Love is the word I would use to describe the day Brittany and I slowly walked down that old familiar hall. The hall where I was first taken after being abandoned in a box. The hall where I was picked last and was called flawed. The hall where I met the most beautiful girl in the world. But more importantly, the hall where I first fell in love. Trust, noun, belief that someone or something is reliable, good, honest, effective, etc. Trust is the word I would use to describe how Brittany made me feel as we walked slowly, looking at each and every dog. There were big dogs, small dogs, strong dogs, and long dogs. Trust is what Brittany said to me when she leaned down and whispered,
I trust you, Patches. I trust that you will pick a homeless, flawed pup who may not have any hope that anyone will ever have faith in them. The chosen pup will be surprised and confused. In our eyes and hearts, they will be perfect even when the world doesn't think so. We will free them from any doubts that they are not good enough. They will be the patch that fills our weak spots.
It was very clear in those moments that I was no longer going to be Brittany's eyes. It was also clear that my job was going to come to an end very soon. My life had been given a special purpose. A timid, flawed dog had been filled with daily determination to make a difference, to make life better for someone else. It was very clear that we would no longer be a team. No more trips to the store or to work. Someone new was going to be in my place. I was tired. Time had made me tired and weak. It was only a matter of time when this day would come. A matter of time when Brittany would need someone to take over. A matter of time when I would no longer have the strength to get up or lift my head. It was time for Brittany to make a decision out of love. I trusted her that day to pick out a new member of our family, just as I trusted her when she let me go and told me it was okay to now go home. Home to a place where everything was new. Home to where I was no longer tired. Home to where I could now help others see that it's okay to move on to their new world, to help them see their way over the rainbow bridge. But more importantly, I could help them see that true love is unconditional. It sees no flaws, and no matter what, it never dies.
Unconditional love pledge. Love pledge. I promise to love myself and everything that makes me different. I promise to love and appreciate the many things that make other people different than me. I promise to look at the inner beauty of those around me. I promise to remind myself that as long as I am breathing, nothing is impossible. As long as I am breathing, I can change the world. As long as I'm breathing, I can make a difference in the lives of others. As long as I'm breathing, I will make time to help others. I will make time to make a new friend, or let someone know how special they are. I will smile when I don't feel like smiling and make time for someone in need. I will remind myself and those around me that no matter what color, shape, size, or if we have a disability or not, we can do great things in this world. I will remember that we all have a purpose and can do amazing things as long as we believe in ourselves. I will remember that I am important, smart, and special, and I promise to help other people see that they are too.